Welcome everyone to the 2025 Mixed Nationals Finals here in beautiful Denver, Colorado at the Denver Curling Don't Call Me a Club Center. Today we've got a good game. We've got a Team Falco, the defending national champions, versus Team Roth from Wisconsin. Alongside me today are my two friends and teammates, Sean Franey and Elliot Mansell. How you guys doing today?
Morning, Simon. How's it going?
Doing all right. Surviving.
Happy Easter, all the people out there.
Yeah. Nice little Easter Sunday.
Two number one seeds here. Should be
Yeah, the Team Falco went undefeated through pool play, and they won their semifinal game last night pretty convincingly, going over Team Barajas. Team Roth, a little bit more of an adventurous path. They had dropped the game early against Team Kislik in pool play. Could have went either way on their last game, where they would have been completely out of it, or the number one seed. They ended up beating Team Work in their last game and jumped all the way up to the one seed, got the bye, and then they beat Team Persinger last night in the semis.
Yeah, it should be a good game. I'm expecting a lot of good shot making. We saw the Team Roth's ability to play the upweight hits and runbacks and cross-house doubles, and then
Sorry, we were. God, if I know if we even were on the mic or not.
Technical director Matt Culbertson coming in clutch here. We've been talking to ourselves for the last 5 minutes, so
Yeah, that's
we'll do an abbreviated recap. Happy Easter, and let's get this game going.
Yeah, Jesus, hot start. I mean, 10 a.m. It's pretty early, you know.
We're easing into this one like Sunday morning for sure.
Yeah, now I gotta think of, do I say the same crap over again?
yeah,
or
I think you got to restart it all.
or just right from the beginning? Hi, welcome everybody to the Denver Curling Club. Oh, Dirt Curling Center, my bad. Yeah, we've got a good final here tonight for everyone. We've got Team Falco from Denver Curling Club, what are they? The defending champions? That'd be the word.
Defending national champions.
Yep. And then Team Roth out of Wisconsin.
On sheet C, we also have Team Barajas out of Mopac and Team Persinger out of Alaska playing the bronze medal game. We will pan over accordingly through the game and give you updates for that one, but our focus will be here on sheet B. You're acting like the people at home care who we are.
Yeah, that's the downside. Yep. First draw just comes a little deep here from Chalone. And we're going to see Claire Morris try and come around her center guard. For those of you that care, my name is Simon Jarrett. I'm joined here by my friends and teammates, Sean Franey and Elliot Mansell.
Morning, Simon.
He called us friends.
It's contractually obligated.
The man reads from a script.
Yeah. They just put it in front of me. I just read.
So how you doing, San Diego?
Yeah. I'm Ron Burgundy. Claire's second just comes a little deep. We'll look to see if Team Roth can't come down and freeze to this. I love these 8-end games. Always seems like they jump right into action. We don't have a lot of those just right off the bat blanks.
Yeah, Team Roth has played with more rocks in play all week. Team Falco's tendency is to play a cleaner game, so we'll see who gives what here.
Yeah, seeing Team Roth play Persinger last night was a ton of fun because those are two teams that love rocks in play. I think at one point I saw 18 rocks in play, which is weird. I think they just grabbed two from the other sheet, brought them over, just kind of put them in play, nonchalant.
Starter guards, if you will.
Yeah,
There was-
almost like a mixed double style, yeah.
There's never not a run back available.
No, angles everywhere.
or the double. The DSC for this draw is pretty impressive. Team Roth put one touching the pin and one half button, and still does not have hammer in this game.
Roth has hammer.
Oh, sorry.
Awkward.
I want Roth to be red because of the red jackets and Falco to be yellow because of the yellow jackets. This is going to throw me off all day.
This is like the Sweden versus Canada.
Yeah.
Throwing red
Yeah.
rocks.
It's an abomination.
Talk about a television nightmare.
See the second here, Tony Roth from Wisconsin try to throw a freeze. Ice has been really good all weekend. Speed's really held up. I think we've seen a little bit of the snap come off as the papering of the rocks has kind of eased a bit, but you're still getting a lot of finish. I'd say it's still a good 5 feet. So.
Yeah, the curl's been there. It's a little more gradual and predictable. You're not seeing that left to right.
Expect a little bit of curl, right? I agree.
Aside from that first drop from Sharon, everything's been pretty spot on here weight-wise. This has been fun.
Yeah, and what you would expect from both of these teams at this point in the tournament.
Come here more. Lead. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Lead. Close. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Girl. Girl, 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 girl.
Good shot there from Lance Wheeler.
Yeah, I mean, despite Roth sitting those two red rocks for Team Franny or Team Falco are in a good position.
You know, the upsetting part is when the mics are off, we were crushing this.
We're on a clip this morning.
I need more coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, being early in the end, getting rid of that backing was key. And, again, despite having Roth being sitting two right now, I would say advantage is Team Falco.
We saw Nina gesture the guard. I also don't mind coming in and trying to maybe corner on one of those reds. See if you can improve the angles a hair.
Yeah, and I think that might be what they're trying to talk through. Because honestly, a guard this early, I feel like it'd be pretty tough to just guard your way through the rest of this end.
Right, and Dave's always going to have his centerline red run too.
If you ever, I was originally thinking if you kind of put one in the pocket there, but if you ever corner high side on that other red, those angles are really good for Roth.
Yeah, kind of half hooked on the right red.
Dave wouldn't be able to throw anything in there with as the process. See Croy in there on the brush. He's certainly been the big stick for the team this week.
A little bit of a bump, rearrange some things. I think they wanted less of a bump. I think you can kind of nose this red, and it should kick over to the other yellow. I don't think it'll get rid of it, but it'll shrink the scoring zone by a large amount, and it'd be tough to get out of there.
Yeah, That said, the roll over to be partially exposed on the intern side isn't terrible.
Yeah.
Curl! Curl! Clean!
Becca
Curl!
Wood here with her
No,
first.
clean!
Originally from Wisconsin herself, been in Denver several years now, but if I'm not mistaken, grew up playing quite a bit against Neiman.
You guys will just have to imagine what happened there.
Nose hit.
There we go.
This fish should go out over here. Yeah, I think we're throwing just like.
Well, they got us surrounded, but the way that the angles work on the two reds on the right, I think they could nose this with normal, and you're probably getting rid of both reds.
Just have to make sure that you're definitely nose or low.
Yeah.
Anywhere high side is very troublesome.
Yeah. This is the only downside to this play. I mean, you want to get rid of these rocks. I think this is the right call. Team Falco will have a most likely a nose hit back for a double hit back. So. Oh, spoke that into existence.
Yeah, it was a tough shot. You really had to get close to that guard.
Guard.
Now you see Team Falco in really prime position
Here.
to potentially steal here in this first end.
Yeah. Yep. Elected to call the guard here. I think the other option would have been to come down and draw into the pile, but you're always leaving a hit open to try and get rid of one or two. This is the easier, probably the smarter of the two calls. I mean, they're laying 3.
Two's great. Room down. Don't want to snap on us. Line's perfect.
I think almost no matter what, you're going to see a peel after
Line
this.
is good. It's never
Yeah, or
broke.
some sort of run back, but unfortunately Team Roth is going to be running back
Inside, I think.
Red
an
stone.
opposing rock.
No hole. I think we just leave it. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if they want to do the run, but it's a pretty easy double. Clear them both, half stone.
I like the double here. I think there's a wide enough hit path there. in the house that
This might do that anyway. This might do that anyway.
Okay.
So 2/3. 3/4 is pretty good too.
Sounds like we're going to see the double peel attempts. They're going to hit it a little thicker. The thought process here being that it might redirect and catch that yellow on the way back and rearrange some things, get things off the button. So that'd be their bonus.
Yep. Hard. Whoa.
Just straight run.
does get that one over the one on the wing. That's a pretty solid result for them.
I can throw like backline and try to do that. Let's do that. Probably here.
First end, that middle is maybe just a little bit frosty, a little bit of grab there.
Yeah, and usually don't see a lot of people warming that lineup during the practice, and looks like it just overcurled on them. Not the end of the world, but
Yeah, I like that.
they kind of, you wanted to almost be even lower on that if you were trying to run back. They kind of got caught between both of those calls, and neither of them really worked out. So I think we're
Okay.
trying to see if they want to throw
Okay.
weight to try and move this yellow out of the rings, or if they're just trying for a draw to kind of hook it.
I think they elected to play the intern draw and just kind of stagger behind that yellow center.
I mean, nose or a hair low on this would be really good, just so that any angle or contact on the red is going to shove that yellow through. You certainly don't want to line it up so that it's an easy hit. And you kind of want to cover as much of it as you can so that Roth can't use it as a slash later on.
What I was throwing for that 50 is pretty close.
And the way that yellow is, it's not quite hooked on the red, but the angle doesn't really work out to be able to run it onto the two reds in the forefoot. So Dave makes this pretty good, and there's going to be some early pressure on Croy to make two shots. So.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Clean, clean.
Weight looks pretty good. They're just kind of watching this one for line at this point.
Great shot. Okay.
Yeah, just a hair over curl. They think they're going to look at it and try and catch what they can see on this yellow.
I do think that if they hit this, they can kill both those. Well, I don't know that right side red one may jam on their yellow, but you can plant it on the side of that red.
I think you get some drag on it because you're hitting more on the face of the shot rock. I think that second red goes back over the back of the yellow, so this could be to leave them sitting too.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dave really wanted to be full 12, outcount that one on the side there.
Sits close.
A little thick. Yeah, just a little too thick to get the stick.
Good shot though by Croy. Really cleaned that end up, and I think they're actually shot now.
I do think they're shot, and yeah, we'll see Dave choose between the aggressive play and come around with a draw, or try more a big hit and roll. Make sure you get rid of that and take the deuce completely out of the picture.
If I know Dave, he's going to hit here.
Yeah, I think this is early on. You're pretty happy getting a force. So, and I mean, again, with the roll, depending on, it looks like they're throwing pretty good weight, just judging by the broom. Especially with it being on the outside early, you kind of just want to make sure that it's going away. You don't lose the line on yourself. So they're probably showing normal to firm. Try the flatter roll, and this should end up like back forefoot if you get the roll right.
You never want to get too cute here, but if you ever catch a piece of your red first before you hit the yellow, you finish top 4 on the roll.
Just don't want to miss low.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly how they're calling it. Yeah.
I was told earlier in the week I see things that aren't there, so got to keep that up.
Clean. Take the roll.
That was made about as well as you possibly could.
Yeah,
Lance trying at the end to make it a little interesting.
I'm not sure what the woe was for. I feel like you wanted to sweep it. It's right where you want it. Also, for all those skips out there, don't say whoa. It sounds a lot like go.
So an important shot here for Croy on his last. At the in-turn draw.
You should have this weight dialed. It's not exactly the direction that they're going for their LSDs, but they would have thrown this in practice. So
We've seen him have really good draw weight all week. So
Sweepers were on it early. They're off it at the hog line now.
Right here, Vic.
great throw by Croy.
good judge from the sweeps.
Tough shot against 4, honestly.
Early on, yeah.
And I think 3/4 of the way through that end, if you asked Team Roth if they'd be happy getting their single, I think they would have taken that all day.
Yep.
Got a pretty good crowd here this morning, showing up. Shout out to all the fans that have come in. We've had a lot of people from out of town coming to support these teams that are in town. A lot of locals showing up, so it's been a pretty good week overall.
Yeah. Later today, we'll all do an Easter egg hunt after the final. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I've heard they've embedded them in the ice.
Yeah.
If you find the golden egg, you get Dean Gemmel's job for a year.
Yet to be determined if that's a good thing or a bad thing. No one knows if that's the prize you want or the prize you don't.
All right, good to go. We got it.
I would say the one interesting aspect about this matchup that we have today is I think it's arguably you're looking at the best back end versus the best front end. Team Falco having probably one of the better front ends in the field with Claire Morris and Lance Wheeler. And then with both Croy and Nina Roth in the back end on Team Roth. I mean, they're a lot of experience there. They're both at doubles trials together. And they've been certainly playing up to a high standard all weekend.
Yeah, Nina throws probably one of the more pure rocks in this field. So
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with
It's a
you.
little tight. Go early.
I think we even saw
Okay.
glimpses of that in that
Line's
first
good
end
now.
where
Line's good now.
4 stones in.
Okay,
I mean,
it's always curled in. We have room now.
Team Falco was pretty
We have
set up,
plenty of
was
room.
looking pretty
If you
good.
have to go, it's go and curl.
It called on
If you have to go,
Roth
it's
and
go
Croy
curl.
to make some really good shots to turn that end around for themselves.
Okay, good. That's good. Yep, we're still breaking in that side.
You still like on
Power
top?
move by Dave when he basically stands on the side of the house and watches his sweepers put the rock where he wants it.
Yeah.
Don't need to see the line.
So this is a strategy that I think we've seen from Team Falco almost all weekend. They're happy to come around that center. It's really only the times that they going hard for 2 that they ever put up the corners. They like to kind of
Line's good. Line's great.
beat everyone to the middle.
Line's great. Whoa. you're
Pretty
here.
similar start to the first end, just reversed.
Yep.
Yep, Tony. Whoa. Beauty, Shalane.
Great throw there.
Normal.
On sheet C, Team Persinger got 1 in the first, so Team Bras will have Hammer coming home in 2. Tight start to both games. That one was certainly
same
much
line.
more open-ended,
Yep.
but
Yep. Room. Yep. Room. Hard. Room. Not curling yet. Hard. Not curling yet. It's still top work. Yeah.
This looks a little hot. Might roll off.
Try again. They can throw a 10 this time. It's okay, Claire.
Yeah, not the end of the world. They were trying to get low on that. That would have been the perfect spot for it and kind of just freeze for the setup. But
Top 8 foot.
I think we'll see Tony try and come down and freeze this rock on the other side.
if you could ever actually hook this one hair low so the yellow double isn't there, that would be...
Yeah, that'd be preferred. Yeah, because I think if he tweaks this well, I would imagine you're going to see that center line guard getting cleared out.
Line looks really, really good on this.
Right here. Go, go, go.
Good throw there from Tony.
Needed about 6 more inches, but that is pretty good.
I mean, if we just sit here, we gotta move. Yep. Okay. A good weight. Or we could do this. Yep. I guess the right call. Whoa, whoa. Okay. We
Oh,
want to
yeah,
hit
like the run, yeah,
basically
This could get messy.
crotch, I think. Oh. Well. Crotch, are you?
I like Dave's first call.
Yeah.
That rock is pretty. That double's pretty juicy.
Man, I don't know.
You can stick it there
Maybe
and roll.
it's this.
And I think
Come down, look.
you kind of hit with half a stone and it's going to catch on that other red. You're going to lose that, but you're going to be sitting
this
2
is gonna
afterwards.
Jam here.
You might sit 3, honestly.
This, at least we lose. I mean,
Lance
we
is coming
we
down to
lose
take a
this
look at
one.
this. He's
We
seeing
might
the
go
same
through
thing
that
we're
hole. But at least we lose our shooter too. You know, like I don't know if it's worth it.
The yellow
Crotch
runner
stuff.
isn't bad, but you can stuff it, and then you're instantly chasing.
Like this, right? I mean, it's about a quarter. We
At
just
the
have
end of
to
the day,
miss
we
this
get
one.
to what we were wanting.
We can make it.
And if we hit the guard, that's fine? Okay.
It was like half quarter stone, and that's what they're shooting
Like
for
this?
here.
I think so.
Yeah, you definitely make it with thicker than a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, if he knows this, it's really not that bad either. Although I don't think that's possible with the weight that they're throwing where that guard is. But
Whoa, curl, curl, whoa, 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 whoa.
well, it's close.
Good, really good.
Oh, I didn't see the squeeze. That's for sure. Man.
Really good, man.
No, you need to hit it a little thicker.
Yeah.
Nice throw, Lance.
Well, not a bad shot by Lance, but
I love that call now.
gives the opportunity for Nina to come around.
Still go right there.
I think it's pretty clear that Team Falco wants to play it super clean. I think there was a few too many rocks in play that first end, and despite the fact they dictated, they're definitely more comfortable with a bit of a cleaner end, which is probably the opposite of how Team Roth is going to want to play every end.
Oh, absolutely. I think Nina wants to get Dave into her game, and you saw that a little bit in the first end, but I do think that was partially because Nina had hammer. I think
Yeah.
with Dave having hammer in this end, he's certainly going to
Hard line, right to it.
play the game he wants to play. So
Right to it,
it'll be a
okay.
battle to see who wins that
Right
long
to it,
term.
bumps, okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep, yep, yep. Go, 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 go. Really nice, Tony. Right away.
Another good draw here from Tony.
Straight, well, freeze. We can also do this. Rapid, yeah. How deep is that one? Top 8? They're gonna have that. Right next to it's probably good, or even here, right? I think we're playing now. Let's play it this way. If we tap, it's pretty good. This way, I think. This? Yeah, try to get across the nose, and if we tap, we get separation. It's not bad,
got
right?
it. Okay. Yep. Okay.
So we'll see the drawdown. Kind of one or two ways to go here. The freeze low.
Rib.
They're okay with the tap to
Close.
provide
Close.
some separation.
Straight, 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 straight,
Yeah, they would definitely like to unlock this if they can.
straight. Hard. 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 Whoa, 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 whoa. Great. Really good.
Good spot.
Really good. Yeah,
You might see Nina just follow that down, see if you can corner on the red.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't get the movement on shot rock that they necessarily wanted.
Yeah.
Troy is looking at the run here. You could kill both reds with the run, but
I think you lose everything.
Do you ever play the outturn? The outturn around, or is it too early for that?
I mean he's even looking at the intern around right now. There's options there for sure, but I don't know that I want to kill that one yet if I'm Troy.
Okay.
Or this draw.
I'd like to introduce you to Elliot the Prophet.
I love this call.
Pro draw.
This will be Nina's first draw, if I'm not mistaken.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Okay. Line's good. Okay. Right here's good.
Sloan indicating it's a touch up.
Right here's good. Okay.
Okay, back forward. Yep, yep. Hard. All the way hard. Lean as hard as you can. You got it. You got it. Okay, whoa.
It's a
I
little
still
heavy.
think it's this.
Sits for back
Or we can do this.
8, sitting third shot, I believe. Fourth shot.
Yeah, but. Oh, yeah, that goes by. Here. Top court.
I think if you're Nina, though, this is kind of what you're wanting. You're
Try.
Yeah, you got him drawing.
Yeah,
You're,
sure.
you're shrinking the scoring zone.
you're
Yep.
kind of baiting Dave and into the junk game a little bit.
Yeah. The fact that Dave is not throwing the run across the top of the red to kill both yellows is
Okay. Okay, a little early then. Okay, wait. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Room. Room, room, room. Room. Still room. Still room. Still room. Straight, 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 straight. Straight, straight, straight.
Got it, 10
So we'll see this chip off. A couple different ways you could play this.
Yeah, that's certainly not a bad shot from Becca Wood. The call was a little bit deeper, but certainly better there than behind the tee. The question is, and Croy keeps asking, like, when do we make the move on that shot red?
Right.
And I personally want them to wait until his rocks. I think doing it with Nina's is still a little too early.
Well, let me ask you guys this. I mean, if they do play...
Pin half.
If they do play on their yellow right now, does it jam on the back yellow?
I think it's dragging and at least catching a piece of the yellow, but maybe more.
It's close.
Yeah, you have to make this double pretty thick. I mean, you're hitting that first red a little bit thinner.
Yeah. They're going to go for the double now, try and kill Shot Rock.
Hard! Hard! You got it! Hard! Hard! Whoa! Whoa! Very nice, Nina.
Great shot there from Nina. Awesome sweep from Tony.
Yeah, by making that double a little bit thicker on the upweight, they didn't have to worry about jamming on the back yellow.
Okay, line's good. Line's good. Room! Room! Line's really tight. Room! Line's
Lansky
good.
going to go on this for
Line's good.
weight, so they're trying to curl it.
Line's good. Straight. Straight. Straight.
Weight's coming off. It's going to be pretty close to where it was before.
Hard, straight. You got it. It's really close. Hard, 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 hard.
Oh, just by. Great scrub.
Good T-line weight, snakes it around just barely.
I think we'll see Croy try and come down and freeze with this.
For those of you at home, we cannot understate how tall Tony Roth is out there, by the way. Thanks for the comments. We're trying to adjust our microphones to make it work.
Really, really good shot there by Croy.
Yeah, and this is what we've kind of seen from the last 3 games that he's played. He's really turned it on late in the week here.
Yeah, he's been on fire for sure.
They caught that draw game at the trials. They started to get warmed up with their draw weight, and that's what made them really dangerous, was just the commitment they have to it and the persistence with which they make it. I don't think you could place that rock in a better spot.
No, Team Falco was looking at the double, but I don't think that they can see enough of it. I feel like even if Dave hits everything that he can see of this, I think it stuffs.
I agree.
The angle with the stuff might be better than honestly where things are sitting right now.
That's true. You might take that so that they can't chip out your red.
Yeah, with that really nice draw by Croy, that Team Falco Red Rock is getting a little lonely there in the forefoot.
Yeah, and as we kind of talked about before, they've shrunk that scoring zone pretty significantly.
Yeah, as it is, Dave has a draw option to sit to with his last, but
Yes.
Croy could take that away on his next if he's not careful.
Well, I think they're looking to play the guard here, right? Or hook the top one. Take away the ability for Croy to be able to tap that one up.
On sheet C in our bronze medal game, Team Barajas got one with hammer in the second, so that's tied 1-1 going into the third. those ends have been significantly cleaner and more open than anything we've seen on our sheet so far.
So with Team Falco playing the guard, I think you're going to see Team Roth guard back and say, here, take your one.
Yep.
Certainly after how the first end went for Team Roth, getting one themselves after a scary situation, they are more than happy to let Dave take one here.
For sure. Tie game, still got hammer.
Depending on where this sits, I feel like you might see Team Falco try the draw around the right side, try and catch full forefoot. It's not easy by any means, but. Or you could throw the spinner.
The intern draw is still there. I think that one was a little higher, right line, but just a little higher than they wanted.
Yeah, you'll have Lance cranking it over, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen pretty consistently that people are able to get like a whole rock or half a rock over buried on 3 guards, and this one's sitting probably a high 2, so. But all that said and done, they don't like it enough, so they're coming the other way.
I do. I really like the intern. I know he just threw the out turn, but I think Dave definitely feels a little bit more comfortable with his out turn if I know him.
Yep. Turns out you do.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's good.
That being said, this draw is definitely there. They just have to whisker around that top yellow.
Line's good. Close. Close. Straight. Straight. Straight.
Great shot and scrub.
Just like that.
Yep. Really good team shot there. Controlled that the whole way down. So.
Great throw by Dave.
Yeah, both teams are showing why they're in the final.
You guys aren't doing me any favors. First I'm too quiet, now I'm too loud. I'm gonna take one of your headsets from you.
Looking over on sheet C, looks like it was a force, and we're tied 1-1 in the bronze medal game. Probably see Team Falco
Line's good.
try and come in, I think, on
Line's
this one.
good.
Yeah, I think so.
Go ahead then. Can't hurt it, Becca. 15-3. It's not terrible, but keep going. Oh, it's going to be really good. Really good. Easy for you.
15-3 was the number that I heard there from Dave. For those of you that don't know, that's the hog-to-hog time. So the red line to the red line. It's an indication of how fast the ice is. So getting 15-3 to top 4 is really good.
Yeah, really sweepable ice. You manage it really nicely.
Walk it down here. 2.5.
See our first corner guard of the game.
Make it good. Bring it. More. Hard. Go. Go start.
Three.
Out of it. I can see it.
Line's good. It's curling now. It's working. It's working.
Whenever you see
tight 3. Maybe it just drifts in there. Sweepers are calling it a hair hot. But ends up sitting.
Really good, Claire. That's perfect.
Come around, ours. You gotta be high. Top 12.
We'll see Team Roth come around their guide. We'll have a nice little traditional setup here.
Little. I mean, this is definitely patient. We've seen Nina be patient throughout the week. For the third end, odd end, might have expected her to lock on again, but I can get this.
All the way over here. Right to me.
This one kind of got stuck on that center line a little bit.
Yeah, boys going hard, trying to bring it over, get it in. It is going to get to the depth that they were hoping for, but it is fully open.
You think that's enough, or you want to throw more at it? Oh, that's fine. Okay, smells good. What do you think about this? We're trying to roll in, right? Yeah, this is perfect. Is this good? Yeah. Whoa, whoa, clean, close. Yep. Yep. Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Becca going hard to hold this one for the roll to the middle.
Yep.
Pretty nice shot there from Lance and team.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there. This leaves the double with the roll under the corner available. I think they'll see take that on.
Yep. Line's coming in. Yep, keep going, keep going, keep going. Clean. Roll. Yep. Whoa, whoa, curl. Curl big.
Sweeping on and off, now going for
Yep,
curl.
got it. Go, go, go. Curl big. Nice.
It's a little too thin
How do you
there
feel
from
about
Tony,
choking this
unfortunately.
off?
Rolls out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that. We can come either way at it. Let's do this.
Team Falco is very happy to get a force here so they can get Hammer back in the fourth. So Dave's going to
I'm gonna give you a little more. All right.
play the guard here, make Nina do something about it.
Nowhere great for them to curl around and get into the house, really. The run would be so short
Line's good.
that a double or
Two's
triple
okay,
clear
two's
would,
okay.
would be there.
Two's okay. Line's good. We have room now. We
So I
got
think
it,
that's
go.
why you're seeing this.
I honestly thought we might see them peel the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Help her.
Yeah.
Help her.
I
Help
think
her,
that would be
help
the
her,
other
help her.
choice here.
Help her. Every inch. Every
really
inch.
has
Go,
to
go, go,
curl.
go, go. Every inch. Every inch. Every inch. Every inch.
Unfortunately now, Tony's got that exact same hit roll now behind the corner.
Yep.
Well, and because it's just the one rock, you can play a little less weight and manage it a little better. Instead of the 9-5 he threw, you can look for an 11.
Yep.
On sheet C, Greg Persinger with his first, making another excellent freeze.
Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard right to it. Hard, yep.
Yeah, just
Really good try.
yeah,
Control. Here.
just lost it a little bit there at the end. But we'll see that control weight hit and roll again. The battle to see who can get it behind their cover.
Clean. 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 Just clean. Close. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Clean.
We can't touch there.
Curl. 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 No roll. All right. Good to be over there. Yeah, that's right.
10-5.
Pretty close, just overrolls a hair, so it's going to poke out. This will give Nina a chance to flop under the centers.
10-5.
Yeah.
Roll would probably put her top button, maybe right on the pin.
Copy, it is fine.
If it's a perfect roll, I think you come and see the freeze afterwards.
Close. Curl.
You'll see a number. There's
the perfect weight and if someone's pounding it. Straight. That's when I get like, I start yelling. Straight. Trying to roll out. What's the weight?
A little interesting result there. They swept it straight there at the end. Looked like it maybe thought it was going, but
No, you could hear.
Yeah, Tony said, or Croy said he was trying to roll out.
They knew they weren't going to
okay.
get the roll in, and they didn't want to get in the spot between to make the roll for Team Falco even easier, so he tried to call that audible.
Curl, 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 curl. Curl, curl, curl. Yep, always curl. Always curl. Clean. Curl. 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Could be close.
Watch it. Yep, big, 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 big. All right, we're getting closer. Good throw, Megan. Yep, good throw, Megan. Like, same weight or board? Yeah. Board? I'm good board. 11-5?
So with that being slightly tucked behind the two centers, we're going to see them try and roll away.
Tony's on this one early. This is a little tighter line, and we've seen in the slide path, these rocks will curl.
You'll have to imagine it, but there we go.
Here? You can also throw the intern.
It does wreck the center guard, so
We can come all the way down.
Let me look at it. I think that's close.
So we see Dave draw in here. Probably kind of full 8 is the goal, top 4.
All we gotta do is bury it.
on sheet C, Greg misses the tap on his last, gives a steal of 1 to Team Barajas. Greg will retain hammer down 1 in the 4th.
I do because I make the run double harder. Other side. If we can corner a piece low, it's great. Like line those 3 up, right?
Yep.
And it also doesn't go as hard on this side. I
Looks
think
like
that's
the
still minimum, no?
Team Falco's changed the direction that they're doing the draw. This is actually the direction I thought they would want to come. I think it was easier to line them up in a harder to remove way.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Looking for top 8 here, treat up.
Here we go. Yep. Yep, keep going.
For those that are curious by the treat up phrase. Just trying to get this one kind of halfway between the 2 reds, both laterally and depth-wise, so that there's a nice stagger.
Yep. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Street. Line's good.
Line was in fact not.
Just a little light there.
I don't mind it. Get here then. Take a look, it's running.
Ends up rubbing that guard. There is a double peel there that Nina looked at, but chance to draw here, sit 1, and maybe have a shot at 2 still in this end, so they'll take it.
Yeah, I think the reasoning here is if you did anything with a run back or you did anything where you're peeling off both those center guards, he's just putting another guard up and you've got a tough one anyway. So he's considering themselves forced and they want to try and get their skip deuce. This one looks a little spicy though.
Yep. Yep.
Does hang around.
Hard.
High's the miss. Yep.
One of those ones, I mean, just put this one in there, be second shot.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to see Dave try to just put a top button right behind the center line guard.
Yep, basically try to make the throw that Croy just missed.
I don't even mind showing him a piece, but top, like biting 4. makes the draw very difficult.
I mean, if you're showing them a piece, you just got to make sure you're on the right depth because you don't want to leave the double out.
Looks pretty good.
Yep. And perfect weight there. Hard to do much better.
Croy will have to take about 4 feet, 5 feet off of this one. Just T-line, grab the edge of the button.
Well, I'm wondering if it forces him to come the other direction or not.
No, I think you can still make it this way. And Nina even gestured. You rub off that red, you probably still get shot out of it.
The way that it's cranking, and Croy's gets a little bit more finished than some of the others.
That's true.
This is a tighter port than I think than it looks.
Yeah, I think you are right. I mean, if Nina were throwing this, it would be different. She does get a little more rotation on hers. Croy is looking at that thin double, but sticking with the draw.
Thin double comes with more risk, I would say. That's how you. Well, I think both of these you can give up too. So
this is an important shot here for Croy.
He's been on
third end.
I mean, literally that last shot was probably his first true miss. So helps that you just threw this.
Sweeper's going on this early.
Croy jumping in. It is definitely light.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was looking at before. It's just a real tough path to get through there. You almost have to paper that corner guard.
Yeah, when they passed the corner guard with a foot and a half to spare, it was definitely going to be a little dicey.
Yeah.
Steal of 2 there for Team Falco. Team Roth will have hammer in the 4th end, try and get a deuce back and keep it a 1-point game.
Yeah. I didn't really got away from him there. I mean, I don't. It really wasn't until Nina's second, but the one that wrecked on the guard, they were fine that entire end until that miss, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was setting up pretty well in their control. Just I mean, at this level, it's tough, right? You get one miss, and it really flips the script for you. So
yeah, you can't have zeros. And unfortunately, that one was. And, Team Falco did a really good job of making the most of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, Dave's draw there on his last, you really can't put that in a better
Line's
position.
good.
Yep.
Line's good.
If it's a little deeper, they're only stealing one there, so that was perfect.
Yep.
Barely trying right now. There it goes. 14-8. Oh, God. Oh, man, that really fudged. Oh, jeez. Sorry, Claire.
That one reacted a little weird. I think they caught him. They thought it was all there, and it looked like it checked up on him.
Interesting here, after throwing the corner guard in the 3rd, going a little harder for their 2. Nina's decided, obviously we just need to score here, so trying to keep it a little simpler, play around the middle.
I think there's a pretty decent chance you're going to see Dave just peel that rock Claire's off.
Yeah, I agree.
Hard line.
Curl. You and curl.
Yep. 2, 3. You guys got it.
It was like you're starting to see teams when there is a larger lead, they'll play to the middle because of the no tick, and
I like the same way.
some of these teams are getting very good at we'll call it the doubles tick on those corners. And Claire playing doubles herself, no stranger to that shot, and maybe that's what they were afraid of.
Room down, please. Top 12's not good enough. Room now. Line's good. It's not breaking yet. Okay, whoa. Looks like it's sailing. Okay. 14:06. Really good.
So this is the interesting part about that. said 1406 or 14.6. Did you catch that?
I think he said 1406.
06, okay. So almost a second faster than the last one. Didn't know that Dave was going to get down to the 100th of the seconds. Seems very precise.
Listen, precision breeds excellence.
Yep.
This team's full of champions.
That's good.
Their short times are down to the thousands.
All the way to it's great. Curl a little.
I don't know where shot here.
That second one from Shalone also just a touch heavy. Closer to backline plus. Ends up tapping, spinning off. Still in the house, but leaves Team Falco 1 in the back 12.
Yep. We'll try and draw a top 4 here.
Line's perfect.
Could see things get a little messy
Hey,
here,
line's
which
perfect.
I'm a little surprised at.
Room.
Yeah, I think
Line's getting
Nina's
better.
okay with that. I think the surprise comes from Team Falco.
They
Straight.
couldn't peel yet, right?
Girl.
But a little surprised they don't chase the back one.
That actually ends up just hooking that red-yellow combo up front a little bit, which will make removing that middle red or two of the rocks a little harder.
Next one, so. They're going to clear those two center guards.
Okay. Back 8 weight.
I think they're looking at the split here.
Yeah. I like this goal. This is aggressive. Try and bring another counter in.
And I think they're respecting Lance's his ability to hit and pretty much making that double peel automatically.
Yep.
Yeah, both Lance and Becca have been leaning on their hit games this week, and yeah, you got to be careful with that for sure. So spread these rocks out as much as you possibly can.
Yep. Hard.
Girl.
Oh. Curl. 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 Hey, curl.
Oh, jeez.
Hard, Dave.
That's terribly unfortunate. You rub a piece of it. If you rub it a little thicker, it splits it on. If you don't touch it, you're actually just nosing the back red. But to just rub a piece of it.
Beat you be good.
Pretty surprised to not see the peel here. Maybe the reason is because there's 2 yellows on the back, but it's pretty hard to remove that red and not leave a double
Room
or
down.
triple.
Close.
It's
Yep.
nowhere really good to roll.
Line's good.
Yeah, this is
Line's good.
aggressive from Dave. We'll
Line's
take it
good.
though.
Wait only. Close.
He does get into a mindset when they're making shots of we're just going to make more shots than the other team. So it's worked for them before.
Go. Every inch. Every inch. Every inch. Every inch. Curl. 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 Good. That's great.
And they are sitting too.
Yep, important for that to be at least second shot. So
This leaves the opportunity, though, for Team Roth to play the exact same shot. Split that open and potentially get that center line yellow behind it.
yeah,
A
you
bunch
got,
of rocks.
You got four yellows in play. There's a lot more in the rings than you would think.
Even with Falco's potentially sitting too. I
Yeah.
agree.
Straight. Yep. No, hard. Hard.
Croy on this one really hard.
I think it's just going to be a straight tap up. It will be shot rock after this.
Does peek out the side a bit.
Just a sliver low. Run through a firmer normal.
We'll see the run attempt here.
Like just easy firm, Becca. I think we can throw normal. Let's throw normal.
I want to get nose.
Nose is great. A little high or a little low though, isn't
It
it?
can,
So
yeah, it's one of those ones that's a bit dangerous. A lot of shrapnel in the back there.
Close. Curl. 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 Curl.
playing it a little low. Good work there.
Okay, good. Great.
All right.
Does leave one on the back though. And now, well, they're still sitting 1-2, but yellow is sitting a third shot.
You might see them play, this.
Also don't mind.
That same
I don't know
tap.
if you probably can't get to Nellis, can you?
That's really close to actually who's second to Rock right now.
I like something up front, like moving something, either that tap to expose that red one.
I do like that tap that Nina's talking about. You hit about a third of that, and you can get it.
There's a hole to tap it through. We can run it into this one too.
Yeah, there's a couple good things that you can do
Like
with
back-
this.
back line?
Tapping it
Back
straight
line?
back, even tapping it so that it goes
That's okay too.
in between those two reds, or even tapping it all the way over to the
Yeah.
other red. Like all
Let's
those
just
are
play
really
half
good
and move into
results.
this one.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to tap about a third of
Like
it.
that.
Here.
That's like a little bit more weight than I would expect.
I think both of Tony's ran straighter than they expected, so I think they're playing this thinking that it's going to run, especially with Nina's release.
Quick curl. Hard curl. Hard, you got it. Hard, you got it. Very nice, Nina. Beauty.
That is pretty perfect.
That's a really good shot.
But not for long.
Yeah, very quickly
Nice shot, Nina.
things get dicey here for Team
We
Falco.
do this again.
Those reds are hooked slightly, so it just makes that run a little bit tougher.
And really, I think the rocks that are honestly the most dangerous are the ones in the back.
Yeah.
Back line. Back eight.
It's a bit of a mini wall back there that's going to make any of these runbacks potentially jammable, and you're sitting shot.
Yeah, any clearing shot is not straightforward.
And I think you're going to see with that yellow rock on the outturn for Team Roth slightly
down.
exposed, even if Team Falco makes this perfect tap, they may have some sort of angle
Yep.
tap back.
Gotta go every inch. Help them. Help them. Help them.
On sheet C, Greg Persinger getting ready to throw his hammer. We finally have a messy end on sheet C for the first time today.
Things are a bit of a miss there from Becca, unfortunately, just a little light and it over curled.
I don't know. Like getting
It
just
does
inside
outcount
nose
one
is
of the
good.
yellows, but
Just getting past this one.
I think you have to play. I think you have to play on
This
this
is the most dangerous rock for
now.
us right now.
Yeah, I don't like it there either.
Yeah, anything
same
that you
way?
play on shot rock is always rolling open.
Well, you could get to
It
nose.
gets you get the nose. It's hard to get low. But I agree. If you don't play on this, then they're probably playing it on the next. So, and if you do if you do get the nose on that outside red,
Yep.
you potentially set up an easy double.
Whoa. Lead. Lead. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Good to know I still have the mind of a 12-year-old laughing at duty.
Hard.
this one is cutting hard right now.
Oh. Unfortunate miss there.
1, 2, 3.
That will leave red sitting 3.
I think I bumped it, right?
I mean, very similar to the last end. Like that completely changes the end around. I think Team Falco was in a bit of trouble, and I mean now they're in complete control.
That's now twice that her second rock has kind of over curled.
It's
and
over curled.
Yeah,
And-
I'm starting to wonder if it's the stone or
you know, if she's been tight, that might, they are calling them on for sweep halfway down, so it makes me think that it could be the rock, something to keep an eye on as the game goes on.
so we'll see the guard here.
I think there is a way into the forefoot with that. The way that yellow is kind of glued to the side. They're gonna have to play weight on that lone yellow, but I think there is a way to kind of gear it into the forefoot.
Yeah, the downside is I don't think you keep your shooter
Line's good.
with it. So I wonder, you put this guard up, I think you're going to see a draw just around the intern side.
spot, Dave.
We'll leave a little bit of that exposed.
Sitting here? With normal?
It's kind of as you were expecting, Elliot. They are going to make a play on this. I do think you're right. I think
2/3 to 3/4 seems good, right?
Yeah.
thick half.
I think you need to hit this pretty thin.
Yeah, I heard Croy say 2/3, 3/4, but
I don't think that's going. Yeah,
I don't think we have enough action on it.
No, I think this has to be pretty thin and basically slice it in.
Yeah, I agree with him on
Especially
different rocks. I don't think with these ones you're getting that move.
Especially at this weight.
It's close though.
Yeah, I think with it being a little wider than they want, they're going to
There it
get
is.
the action
Okay.
that they're looking for.
There was more separation than I realized, so that makes sense. That's pretty good.
That's a good shot.
That's a really good shot.
It is going to be hard to dig out. You probably see Dave just corner it. Oh, he's going to play the pick.
He's got maybe a sliver from the hack with that guard where it is.
Yeah, this is pretty safe. I mean, even if he messes up and picks out his own, the other red rock is in a pretty safe spot that I don't think you can't really get to it. Well, yeah, there is the double down the center to pick that out.
There's the
It's
in-off,
it's
too.
not easy. The in-off would be the other way to go. You actually could do the in-off and maybe have the yellow jam on that back one and roll into the 8-foot, honestly. But we'd need a miss first. That's a very specific situation. Otherwise, they're just going to...
Clean, curl. Oh, clean, curl. Clean, curl.
This is close. He's got it.
It's a great shot there from Dave.
Really good pick there from Dave. See Croy play the draw. He's got a full 8-foot, touch the 4.
On sheet C in our bronze medal game, Greg Persinger just missed his draw for 2 and 4, so they got forced to 1 over there. That's a tie game, 2-2 at the break. Team Barajas will have hammer in the 5th.
I think we're seeing Dave play his best game of the weekend so far.
Oh, absolutely. Same was the case last year in the final. That was by far his best game.
Yeah.
Good.
It's 2 big run backs that made
Good
the
time to
difference in that one.
be rounding into form.
Little for line. Line's good. Clean. Whoa.
Looks a little hot.
Close. Yep. Room. T-line. Room. Yep. Line.
It's coming down.
Nice.
Good shot, Croy.
Great throw by Croy.
Yeah, good
Perfect
judge
play
on
on the
that.
T-line.
It's
a big shot.
It's a big shot. It's kind of a game saver. I think you missed that and you get another 2. It's close to game over. So
It's certainly not the crooked number they had necessarily hoped for, but it is certainly getting. The goal was to score there. It's now a 2-point game. So
yeah. This brings us to the 4th end break, brought to you by Dales. Do you ever sit in the hack before your shot and contemplate every single miss that you've ever made? Have you ever dead nutted peel blank attempt? Maybe a Dales will solve these issues for you, and the 4th end break is a perfect time for one. We'll step away for a bit and come back in about 10 minutes. Thanks, everyone.
By popular request, we're bringing back Lila Farwell to the mic.
Hello.
How's it going, Lila?
Pretty good. How about you, Simon?
Just living the dream. Just don't know whose dream it is.
Did you go to the Masters?
I did go to the Masters.
That seems like a pretty great dream to live out.
Yeah, that was. I agree. For once, I'm not the one just pumping that into the conversation, so thanks for that.
You're welcome. I'm here to acknowledge all of your hopes and dreams.
So, Lila, you've been watching this game a little bit. What are your thoughts so far?
Oh, we're seeing a lot of good shots and things, but also a tendency for both teams and a lot of people to be heavy, which is kind of comes with the nature of this game. A lot is on the line, a national championship title, so that can kind of be expected, but in my opinion, the first team to kind of get back to that draw weight will definitely see the results of that.
Sounds like an overly politicized answer. If you're skipping Team Falco here, how are you going to play this next end without or with Hammer?
I would definitely just keep it nice and clean. Blank here is totally fine. Or one, you just kind of want to make sure you're scoring and in a position to score with this kind of scoreboard. Don't let anything get too junky and make sure you just have a shot to score.
On the flip side, let's say you're coaching Team Roth right now. What's your 30-second speech to them during the mid-game break to get them back in it?
There's been a lot of close shots and just like missing on the wrong side of things. So if you can just kind of clean some of that stuff up and make sure everyone knows like the tolerance of every shot, it'll get closer. Rocks in play always help when you're down, and if you're able to even just change the momentum a little bit, just get your two, or just hold the other team to one, or maybe even try to steal, it'll help, and just helping to change the momentum.
Awesome, good vibe check, I like it. Looks like we're about to swing back into action here. That 5 minutes goes by fast, especially when you spend half of it in the bathroom.
Yep. You want to roll for a corner or just lose it?
I don't mind rolling for a corner if you can. You want to throw a 9?
Let's just lose it.
I think we're going to see Team Roth probably just throw up double centers. That'd be my guess. Try and force some action, and probably going to see two in the middle, 2 to the 4 foot from Claire Morse. Time to see if I'm right. Stay tuned, viewers.
Seeing some smiles from Team Roth, which is good. The energy seems to be up, so hopefully they'll be able to do something with that.
Yeah, this isn't a situation that they're unfamiliar with. We've all been playing a long time, and certainly only down 2.
No, there's a
lot of game left. Start off with a great guard.
Yeah, now we can roll on, right? Take his rock. A what?
9-5, 10.
Okay, line's good now. Okay, line's good now. Just stay with it. We have plenty of room. Okay, let it grind then. Oh, it's big. Whoa. Yep. Okay, Claire.
It's like Claire's going to come a little deep, a little bit of that fifth end mop.
We'll see double centers here. Team Roth's going to go really hard for the steal.
Called it. Not that that was like a hard one to call. It was about as easy as it comes. But I'm going to still pat myself on the back for it. Life's hard. You need a win every now and then.
a little heavy there for Team Ross.
Yeah, if you're good that they didn't hook them, so it didn't become an auto double. Now it's actually kind of a pain to deal with them being side by side like that. You have to essentially crotch them, and it's difficult to not leave your shooter after you do it.
For sure.
Still straight. Line's really good though. Okay, whoa, then. Girl.
Great throw.
Good adjustment there from Claire.
Right to it.
What is that, top 8?
Top 8.
Neat. Nina quick to call the freeze on Team Falco's Red Rock. When you need to generate some points, it's always a good idea to use the other team's rock as kind of like a catcher for when Team Falco will eventually try to hit this.
Yep, you know that they're just going to try and remove all yellow rocks, so this is quite exactly what you need to do to keep your rocks in play and make them as difficult to remove as possible.
Great throw there by Tony. That's perfect.
Yeah, he's had a couple of those this game. He had them early in the game, so.
We get them both. I think we can get all 3. It's this way. Okay. Into the side of that one, straight back. I think we get them all. Okay. It's really thin. Okay.
This has got to be like 1/8 of a stone.
Yeah, it's Dave said it's thin, and it is certainly very thin.
Yep, yep, yep.
Good result could be really good.
Yep, yep.
I'm just gonna catch a little thick and just get the one.
Not the end of the world.
I've done way worse things in my life.
It was really thin to make that. Good draw. We want to put it in the same spot.
You mean this morning?
Any second of any day. We'll see Tony try and replace the guard here.
Pretty good result from Tony there. The yellow house is mostly covered, so that guard did its job. There's a lot of separation from the other one, so the double kill
What are you seeing here?
just became a little bit harder too.
Unfortunately, though, I think they left the wrong side open.
Yeah, you wanted to overcurl if anything, and it looks like you'll see Team Falco chase this.
You like this? Like a little more. A little more? Yeah, that's good.
Could have peeled. That would have been another option there. But I guess you do run the risk that they're going to make that guard better the second time.
No, don't curl. Whoa, curl, 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 curl. Okay, sorry, Lance.
Great result there from Lance. About as good as you could make it.
Yeah, I think they were hoping to keep the shooter around, and Mom and Dad were fighting on the line call a little bit, but
Lance was certainly right on that. They barely missed that top.
yeah, that
top
guard.
yellow.
But Lance is a nicer guy than me. He won't hold that over Dave's head for all eternity like I would have, so.
Curl. Hard. 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 Hard.
Just by. Gets the rock, but not the roll.
There's a lot of weight on that.
Yeah, I'm surprised they threw as up weight as they did. I guess they were looking for a flatter roll, maybe.
I think it's here. I think everything's running good. No, let's throw here. 10-5, Becca.
Those two guards do present kind of a problem for Team Falco. If Team Roth is ever able to bury a stalker there, it just becomes a little bit more difficult to chase.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you're definitely not wrong, and I essentially will. Well, this is over curling on him. I was gonna say, I think they wanted nose there, and then
you didn't really need the roll.
Yeah, I don't even you want the roll because you would have been behind T, and by leaving it there, you're basically gonna force. You're asking Team Roth a question of, are you okay giving up a bundle because and trying to go all in on the steal here? But now with that rolling out, that question becomes quite easily answered.
Yeah, it immediately flips and allows Nina to play this intern draw and kind of flip the end a little bit and put some pressure on Team Falco, hopefully.
Curl.
That red rock in the back curl also kind of acting as a catcher for any kind of run back Team Falco will play.
Curl.
I think they'll see a piece of that. Might see all of it.
Edge on edge?
Not all of it, but.
Little overlap.
You have air or no?
No. Overlap.
What are you seeing? Just bump this back?
Yeah.
We can throw back line at it. Like if we can get here, it's really good.
Okay, back line hack.
Pick one.
Back line.
Back line.
I like that comment from Dave there. Becca originally asked the backline to hack, and those are two very different weights, and therefore two very different lines. So good of them to commit on that weight, talk that through.
Line. Whoa. Okay. Curl. Curl hard.
This is one of the first times I think I've seen Lance use the blade technique. He's
Good.
So, as we stated, that red rock's a bit of a catcher. I think you might see
I think he's going to see all this, so it's
Yeah.
a hit and roll under.
good opportunity to sit two.
Rolling under.
He can roll just a little bit, or he can roll big too, depending on how thin he gets this.
Yep.
Yeah, with that jam of the yellow, this end has definitely changed quite a bit.
On sheet C, quick update. Looks like Jesus Barajas is looking at throwing his hammer. There's an in-off for 3, but Persinger is currently sitting 1 on the back pin.
Not exactly the result they were looking for, but still leaves Team Falco looking at potentially a deuce.
All we got to do is get a piece under.
They're kind of getting caught in this line. It's both teams just a little straighter than they think it is.
Okay. That's too much. You like the ice?
I love the ice.
Okay.
It's a little stubborn. It's a little stubborn here.
Curl a little.
I think just board here.
Do a board way hit and roll.
The oohs and ahs you potentially heard from the warm room was Team Barajas taking 3.
Yeah, made that in off that Sean was talking about. And on our sheet, we just have a boring regular hit. That's stupid. That blows that game, the bronze medal game, wide open. This is very tight. And it's
gonna. Bit of a disaster there for Team
Yeah,
Falco.
I think
don't
it
know what
also
happened.
dead covered the
Top eight.
shot rock, or what was shot rock.
Even if Croy makes this really good, Dave will still have most of the button and be able to potentially get his one.
Yeah, I think maybe just didn't sound like it was in line, inside on the release because they didn't panic it out of the right bat, but I think it was just down weight, and it just absolutely took off on him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was max back 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Team Falco, you're just happy you have Hammer this end.
Yeah.
And I would presume that an end looking like this for Team Roth will kind of give them confidence and some momentum to go into the back half of the game.
Line looks really good on this. If they can get it top 4. That is pretty perfect there from Croy. That stagger is also really nice. So
Yep.
forces Dave to play the intern draw. He's not going to have a ton of room on that corner either.
No, he isn't.
That's close. I mean, even if you bump into them and give them one, it's okay, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I don't want to. You can't mess with this corner.
I'll go a little bit less.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah, the one thing you can't do here is wreck the guard. And the guard that's really in play here is actually the redstone, not the yellow at all.
No, because if you're ever coming to that yellow, you're giving up 2.
Yeah.
So this will be the first real pressure shot that we've seen from Dave.
Yeah.
Okay, line's good. Line's good. Line's good.
Still on that corner right now.
Line's really good. Just gotta go for distance.
Able to get it by.
Just by. That is a really good draw there. It just comes up short, but avoids full-on disaster.
That seemed to grab a little at the end, which was interesting considering Lance was on it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's sometimes when you do that sweep for curl, can take the weight off a little bit.
All things considered, though, a good result for the end. I'm sure Team Falco will aim to kind of clean up some things for next end and capitalize with their hammer.
It's hammer and 6 is never bad. Unless you had given up 4 there, then hammer and 6 would be pretty bad.
Yeah, as long as you have a 1-point lead still.
Yeah. See another center guard.
And during that mid-end break, you could kind of see Tony Roth stretching out his leg, curling being the repetitive, like having the repetitive motions that it does, can definitely lead to some soreness and overuse injuries.
Old age also does that.
I think we'll see kind of a repeat of what we saw last end. Full-on steel sign.
That one slipped in, so you're going to see
We
the
can get a
hit.
corner out of it, but I still like this, Claire. 10-5, please.
Can't hear you. Do you like the freeze like guard it there?
Definitely an unfortunate miss here for the 6th end. That's a tight guard. You're really feeling good about your chances.
Clean. Clean. Just clean. No roll. Okay. I like the throw just a little bit, Claire.
Just overthrown a little bit.
Yep.
More 9-5 than 10-5.
Yep, line's good. Yep.
See another attempt at the center guard.
Where?
I'm good. Keep it clean.
Yep, you gotta come to. It's over curl.
Okay, curl a little. Yep. Yep, curl. Both of you curl. Yep. Yep, get it to center. Yep. Go.
Control.
Every inch. You're almost there. Good throw, Joel. Nice job.
Really good sweeping there. I think they almost
Top
got it
four,
back.
Rod.
Yeah, I don't think it's touching center, but doesn't look like they want to take on the tick, so.
Wow. Curl. Top four is perfect. I had 14. It'll check up.
Very similar to last end. Claire just comes a little deep.
A lot easier to do when the nerves of a final are kind of getting to you, but sure we'll see some adjustments from her there.
That guard being a 2 guard, it's hard to put a second center guard, so choosing to draw around here.
Line's good.
You're just
Curl.
going back 4 weight.
Curl.
Yeah. Leg tolerance is light.
Curl.
T-line, button. This is good too.
Over here. Yep, over here. More.
Really good draw.
Yeah, that's perfect placement.
I think with that you'll see the peel.
Whoa. I got yellow. We got to get around it now. We got to do something with it. Let's slice it. Curl.
And we'll see the replace. We'll probably do this 2 or 3 more times.
Still feel good about the speed. You're almost there now. It's hard when you got to go ahead and throw it.
Always nice when you're able to guard your shot rock and kind of effectively make the other team waste rocks with peels.
Yeah.
Line's good.
10-half.
Curl. It's still falling. Curl. Okay. Curl. Whoa.
Whoa.
Out of way. Nice.
Good shot there by Tony. Maybe a little bit deeper than they wanted, but still does the job.
Yeah, I'm curious if he's going to try and take this on.
Like this way? Or this way? That way. That's all you got.
Does
This
look
way.
like Dave likes the double.
Which way do you want to come at it? Here? Okay. Firm? Yeah, firm. We got to get a really flat roll off it to make it. Over this. It's just a sliver low. Yeah. You like this? We could straight draw. Min? Yes, min, yeah. Okay, I like this. I want to overthrow it. Like, if you just want this also, it's not. Lead. Yep. Whoa. So like here. That's okay, bud. That's okay.
Bit unfortunate. But it does move everything off.
Right here.
Clears out that backing, which wasn't really helping him at all.
We can go the other way if you like it.
Definitely could have been worse.
Top 4 weight.
Be drawing in here, right? Yeah.
Top four, just biting four is good.
Straight.
Line's good. Line's good. Room. Okay, is it back? Where is it? Yeah. You need to be here then. You needed to be just in 12. You need to be here. Yep.
This one of Nia's
Wait,
undercurling a touch and a little bit deeper than they would have
I
liked.
think we can
Use
just play
Team
the
Falco
roll.
double
Roll's
or
better.
even just
I
hit
think
and
so.
flop
I think it's just
and
control,
sit in front of
Becca.
that.
So opting not to try the double here, just going to play the roll. You'd be better like leaving a piece on the left side open.
The trouble with
Whoa,
the roll
curl,
is
curl,
it's
curl, curl.
going to allow
Curl,
Roth to
curl.
play the
Curl
freeze
all the
back.
way.
Yep.
All the way curl. Hard curl. Normal's fine.
Judging from the sweep call, I don't think we're going to have to worry about the roll aspect of things.
Okay, that's good.
What weight do you like?
I'll see Nina try and take it on.
10-5?
Yeah, if she's ever able to leave a bit of a stagger between those yellows here, makes removal or a little bit harder.
Yeah, I think if she makes the roll perfect, you're going to see the run.
Yeah.
Clean! Clean! Whoa, girl! Whoa, whoa! Yep, straight! Hard! Beauty, Nina.
Really, really nice shot there by Nina. That's pretty perfect.
Look, I know the future.
Just a sliver low.
Dave quick to call the run.
Burn, Becca.
Simon was a different prophet.
A lot lesser known. Didn't really do anything great.
Great.
Yeah, just state obvious facts. Really good shot here. A little unlucky not to catch that. I think they just lost it right at the end.
Definitely moved hard at the end there.
Yeah, it gets him out of immediate trouble. You're going to see Croy draw around.
Pretty good chance here for Roth to set up a potential steal, though, if he can make this.
Yeah.
And of course, Dave's probably going to play the run back
Again.
on his first, and then if he makes it, he's in a good situation. But if he doesn't, he's going to have to probably end up drawing the pin again.
Yep.
Do we know this?
What?
I think I like this better.
Okay.
Bit of a shot call change or line call change from Team Roth, electing to play the intern on this. Haven't really seen this line this end.
Clean it.
They were throwing it a lot earlier in the game, so they're pretty comfortable with it.
Curl. Curl. And you can go. 4-8. Hard.
Come on, you got a good one. Hard, curl. Distance. Hard.
Go faster, Cody.
Hard.
More.
Hard.
Really good.
Okay.
Sweeper's a little bit fooled by that. I think they thought it was quite a bit deeper than it actually was.
Yeah, they were calling back 4, back 8, but 14-8 was the split, which is
So even if this
been
goes
right around
across
that
the top,
time.
I think
So
we want to make sure we lose the shooter. You like this?
You gotta hit just soft nose.
Okay, let's make this. It is.
It's a short run
yeah,
here.
so it's a sliver high. Yep.
So electing to go this way. This is a shot that could bring 3 potentially back in. If you're ever deep on the draw, you could put yourself in a lot of trouble. So this is widening his scoring zone. like the head bob thing as much this weekend, so I feel like he's really grown.
Yeah.
Clean! Clean! Straight, 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 straight! Do you want to draw this?
Whoa.
Hard on. No, it's all good.
Just barely misses that second yellow.
Good throw, Dave.
So we'll see Team Roth split the house here and try to make a pretty tough double and essentially force Team Falco into the nose hit for their single.
There's some confusion on if they were trying to dead stuff run back on that one, or if they were trying to pick them both off. And Becca was calling line for one of them, and the rest of the team was thinking it was the other. It's still a fine result. This again, scoring zone's opened up. It's wide open. You know, Dave will have a draw or a hit for a single, which isn't bad at this point. Getting 1 in 6.
Sweeper's indicating this is not light.
You often see those ones if they ride that center. It can be a little bit of a straighter line before it gets going.
I think that's just fine. It's actually a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's about as good as you can get it.
Just board.
Dave's gonna elect to take on the hit.
Where that rock is, it doesn't give him as much wiggle room for rolling. So.
Yeah, honestly.
Where is it? Where is it?
Nose or low here. Definitely don't want to miss high side.
Hard for line. Really hard for line. Lean as hard as you can. Lean all of your weight on it, Sarah. Hard as you can. Go. Get it past this yellow. Hard! Coming way down. Stop.
On sheet C, Greg Persinger had a draw to the can that wrecked a guard, so that will be a steal of, I believe, 3 for Team Barajas in the 6th.
That'll leave the score 5-2, Barajas over Persinger in the bronze medal game.
Okay, please.
I think it's 8-2. They haven't posted.
Totally wrong. My bad.
You had one job. Clean throw there from Dave. You can get their one.
Good throw, buddy.
Take a 2-point lead into the 7th end.
So I think as we go into the 7th end, we'll see Team Roth go really hard for the deuce.
And we have handshakes on sheet C. So Team Barajas is your bronze medal winner.
I'd like to shout out Eloise at home, who's watching curling with her dad. I'm glad you're watching.
I think we're still forcing the issue, right? Top 4. Yep.
Knowing that Team Roth wants to generate, you're going to see probably 2 to the 4 foot from Claire.
And also with the game on C ending, I'm sure these guys will all be aware of whatever ice changes may happen.
Yeah, always something to watch out for.
Line's
Getting
okay.
into the 7th end.
Okay, just stay with it, though.
From what I've heard, the ice has been holding up really well, but this is kind of right around that time where the slide pass can start to get a little fudgy.
Okay, that's
and
okay, Claire.
losing the sheets next to you, you can see the outside get a little rough too. But it has held up really well so far this weekend.
Yeah.
skinny corner guard.
Top 4. Line's good. Line's a little better. Go on 3. Go on a 3. We have room now. It's not curling. Have a look. Keep going. Always curl. Always curl. Always curl. You have room to spare. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. Good. Clear.
Great sweep from from Lance and Becca on that one. Leaves it a touch short, but still a pretty good spot.
Same ice.
It's like draw around is the call. Electing not yet to play on those red stones. I'd be curious to see how hard they go. They might be all right trying to take a 2-point deficit into the final end as well and retain hammer.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to decide when they want that pretty quickly, though.
Yeah, it's like next shot kind of. So
This rock really under curling and ends up not behind the guard.
This. Yep. Where do you see board? Or do you want to throw control?
I like control.
Okay, I'm happy with control. Just control.
we'll see a hit. Try and hit low side here. Kind of put all your rocks in play in a line. And we'll be able to tell from
Curl. Hard curl. Curl. Good.
well, just curled enough to miss that back red.
Probably get those the two back reds and roll. You like it?
Nina calling the draw initially, but
I'm okay
might
with
see a
moving
change
stuff
on
around
that.
then.
So with this call, they're all in on this end, and to Croy's point, they don't want to remove anything. They want to keep the red rocks around in order to have catchers. So this is kind of more of a tap weight.
It's kind of reposition things, and like we've seen the last couple ends, try and create a wall back there that makes it hard. This is really curling.
Boy.
Just able to squeak it past the guard, but
Torn
unfortunately
between
will not be
ripping
enough
and guarding.
to move those reds any
I think that even redirected off the guard and still skinnied
I
by.
think we're guarding this one, right?
Yes.
Just inside this one.
That's like split center's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Impressive
probably
sweep
here.
from Croy, though. I did not think that was going to get by halfway down.
A little extra out. We got plenty of room right now. Where are we? Two's great. We have a little bit of room now. Got to curl. Line's getting better. Line's really good. Yeah, always. Yeah, help her a little bit, please. We're really good. Keep it going, though.
Good throw here from Lance.
Keep it going. That's pretty good.
I definitely thought we would see the peel, but I mean, I think Team Falco senses an opportunity here to potentially end it.
Right.
10?
Yeah.
And they'd be pretty happy with force as well.
True.
One of those ones where, they make one good shot, you'll see Team Falco look to bail out pretty hard, quite quickly, I would imagine.
This rock really moving.
That thing really curled.
It did. I don't
They
know if
weren't
that
worried
picked
about
or
it.
something.
We can do this.
I mean, that ends up pretty much exactly where they wanted the guard before. So
Okay, I agree. 3 guard, Becca. You can be either
Dave
side
electing
on
to
that
play
one.
another
We just
center
want
guard.
a little bit of overlap, okay?
Okay.
2-3, please.
You at all surprised by asking for another guard here?
Yes.
I feel like you're guarding, and now because of the situation that
Team Roth is
Roth
forced
is
to
in,
play the out turn.
they're doing the draw in, and it's going to be difficult to go get to it afterwards.
I mean, I think it's going to.
Are we around? Are we around? Okay. Okay, no bounce.
This rock is hanging a
Can't bounce on
significant
this
amount,
line.
so it could
Can't bounce
end
on
up
this line.
not.
Then curl. Yep, curl. That's great, Becca. Nice spot.
I mean, it's getting a little late to try and clean it up. So, like we said, I mean,
Like running the side one?
Sure.
Yeah, we stick it right here, it's good.
Okay.
Then we open up both paths.
Somewhat surprised we're not seeing the out turn draw call.
I don't hate this though because you can, even if you don't make this, like if you dead plant it on the rock top 4, it's great. But even if you just straight peel, then they'll have both ways that they can draw around.
Yeah, I think that's what they're more interested in this moment.
Clean! Clean! Girl! Oh!
Close. Oh, a little unlucky.
No, you do end up removing 2 of
Top eight.
those reds, and you'll have a draw
Top
either
4's
way.
okay.
Yeah, no, it's still a good result. It just
Guard's
was not
okay
far off
too,
from
Becca.
dead stuffing it like they wanted it.
Being
What do
perfect.
you like? I think it still curls over
They
here. I
plant
think
that
this
on the
is pretty
nose,
close.
maybe even double the reds, and it's now the end totally shifted. So.
Does give them a path in both sides now. That was their main
yes,
goal.
early. Line's okay. Yes, early. Yep. Line's good. Room. Ton of room. Okay, let it die. I think just let it die. It's going to be straight if you have to go.
Really nice there, draw there from Becca.
You might see the freeze now on that rock back
Good
4 foot.
shot.
Yeah,
That was a 14-6.
And where is it?
Back 4, like top of the rock on the tee line.
Okay.
Like that.
I almost think that rock from Becca is better there than it would have been top 8 like they called.
Yeah. I don't mind it a little bit further over though because
Yeah,
it
it's
takes
runnable.
away this. Well, and it takes away this draw that Nina's about to play.
Yeah,
Line's good. Hold on.
and you would have a little bit of a piece of it on the left side, so any draw around the right,
Line's good.
you had something to run after it and attack.
Mine looks really good on this if it'll curl over. It's a little heavy.
Yeah, the weight just needs to come off a little bit. It's trying though.
Pretty good
Good
shot.
shot. I don't know if you-
They said shot.
I don't think you can see enough to throw weight at and get rid of everything.
No, I think you'll see Dave play the draw back.
Yeah. Nose, hair inside.
Just can't really be high side. That's really the only spot you can't be.
Yeah, that would be, I'm going to say disaster, but it
I'm really trying to
creates the two for
Less
sure.
than ideal.
Yeah.
because I just don't want it to string down.
Because then it'll take 2 shots to get rid of it. I'd be curious, would you ever throw more of a back 4, back 8 weight and try and unlock that now, just in case your line wasn't perfect, you could get after it on the next?
You could. I also don't hate this. If he makes this really well, it's going to be hard for Team Roth to score. Croyd's going to have a really hard time getting in there.
Calling heavy.
Curl.
That's great, Dave.
Oh, perfect shot there.
Really good, buddy.
And look, little tap. That is going to be difficult to contend with.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, you've got that out-turn draw to the button, which is not easy.
No. I don't see much else.
No, I mean, I think anything you play on that rock that Dave just threw, he's going to have an open hit to sit 3. So.
Do you make the out turn draw now, kind of just top button and hope that Dave either changes the angles on that one that's biting the button or leaves you the pick for 2?
I got to imagine that if they draw there, you're either seeing a guard or you're seeing Dave follow it, and it's a really tough way in for 2.
Yeah, it's almost an impossible way for 2.
I don't imagine that they will feel that obligated to try and remove it. They'd be pretty content with them getting forced to 1 here.
Right.
Falco, taking this opportunity to run to the restroom, came flying down the sheet.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. Team Roth looking at possibly playing something off of the rock that Dave just threw. Move that yellow back, and then maybe have a setup shot if the angle's right on the next. You have to be high side on that, otherwise the play on the next time is never. It's always jamming right back into the pile that you've created. It's a delicate shot.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you come down and the problem is I think no matter what he plays on this, Dave is always going to be shot, and then they're probably going to just guard.
They would guard, and then I think you would see this corner run,
this intern angle run.
Yeah.
I think if it's me, I'm liking the out-turn draw, even though Dave will have a chance to remove it. It's just really important for Team Roth to be able to score 1 here. Even with that, you're able to steal in the 8th, but Team Falco stealing here it becomes much more of an uphill battle for these guys.
Yeah, maybe the thought here from Team Roth is that this is probably their best chance at getting 2.
Yeah,
and that the draw will be there on his last if they want to bail, but I think you have to play on the stone in order to have any kind of shot at 2. Because if you play the draw now, kind of what we talked about before, I think it gets capped and there's no path in.
Yeah.
This will leave them options on both sides. I think a little heavier than they wanted. I think they wanted to leave that yellow in as possibly second counter.
Yeah.
A little heavy and a little high.
And I think if you see Dave put this yellow rock anywhere in front of, or his red rock anywhere in front of that yellow, it's looking hard to even score 1.
Yeah, Croy's going to have to play that run.
Yeah, and for 1.
Yeah, it's never for 2.
It's either that or he draws the pin on the other side. but I don't see anything for 2.
Just be careful on that finishing.
Nope. I was wondering if you could run all of them down the middle, but that red backer, you're always, it's either jam or you're losing the yellow on it, and again, it would be just for 1. That and you're having to line up the angles on 5 rocks.
Okay. Ryan's good.
Here's Dave's last in the 7th end. Pretty good opportunity for Team Falco to for them to steal this end.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing about that shot that they just played is it knocked their stone out from being second shot, and now Falco is sitting 2, which could be. I mean, again, if you're stealing 2 here, it's not impossible to get 4, but it certainly is a hard ask.
So we'll see Croy play this out-turn draw that we looked at on his first. Having to grab every single piece of the button that he can.
Yep. He has to finish on his stones in order to get in there, that's for sure.
From behind the glass, you can see him take a big breath in the hack. Really kind of a national championship somewhat riding on this shot. I'm sure a nerve-wracking feeling.
Yep, I would be ready to either gas this sucker through or leave a 2 guard. So.
Line's really good on this.
Hard. Hurry. Faster, Tony. Yep. Hard.
Oh.
Sweepers
Too
just
red.
left it a little too long.
Yep.
We'll see steal of 2 from Team Falco to take a 4-point lead into the 8th.
So, I mean, you're going to see almost no rocks in play from Team Falco. It'll be a complete remove game. Although, I mean, they were up 4 earlier this weekend, and they oddly were, like, throwing draws. Oh, that was 3. So 4 will be different. They'll know how to play 4. This is what I'm going to be curious if Roth puts up the corner or if they go the center line so you can't play the tick.
No, I think you're going center.
I think you have to go center. Because up 4, I think you would 100% see Team Falco take on that doubles tick. Because you're throwing this through anyways.
Right. Yeah, this is through all day.
You can go anytime, Claire.
Always a nice feeling as a lead to be able to throw your first stone through the house.
When it's on purpose.
Do you have experience with not being on purpose?
I don't want to
there,
talk about
Simon?
it.
Okay,
Don't want to talk
okay.
about it at all.
My bad. Yeah. And on
I'm surprised. It looks like they are going corner here.
All the way, guys. Yep.
big shot for Team Roth here. I mean, at this point in the game, every single one counts, and you just need to get the best rock placement you possibly can.
Want to try to tick?
I do this
Left
way,
it is two guards, so
Double
we'll
tick.
probably see
I think that's the move.
another
Let's
guard
talk
on
about
the other
line
wing,
for a
but
second.
I mean, assuming that Team Falco
maybe
doesn't
here?
get this tick.
Space.
Yeah, space. I like that room.
Okay.
See if Claire's doubles training kicks in here.
Whoa, got it, curl. Got it, curl, it's on. Curl, got it, curl. 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 It's really close. Okay. All right, good try. That's fine.
Just barely misses that rock, but
Throw through is my second favorite.
tough shot and an acceptable miss, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're doing anyways. If you're not doing that, you're just throwing it through. So looks like they're gonna stack the corners. Makes sense. The one that's already there is too high to really be super effective. So I like this call.
Under, close. Line's good. Floor's fine as long as it's under. Curl a little. Okay. Yep, curl. Curl for curl. You got to vary it now so you can't hit it.
Two good shots. A little deeper than they would have wanted, but
We can say
Still
try the same thing. We might get
really
this
well
one.
thrown.
I think I got an inch on this side. I try to dig on this side. So you want to throw like hack? Yeah. And just rub that over? Okay, that's fine. Let's try it. You like this?
So we'll see Team Falco chase here.
And if they ever grab the guard, and of course don't remove it from play, that's an acceptable outcome as well.
Clean. Curl. 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 Hard curl. Hard curl. We're good. We're good. Really good throw. Good. Good throw, buddy.
Really good
That was
throw
great
there
weight.
from Lance. Now we'll see it come in the house because it doesn't make a difference. Falco will peel on his next. I don't want to be pessimistic or anything. This isn't looking like a 4.
No, they're gonna need Team Roth is gonna need a couple mistakes. Unfortunately, they're gonna need either a flash or a stuffed peel.
Okay. Got a curl.
They do have that
Bring it back here then.
Falco Rock back 12 that they can freeze to eventually, but they're gonna need more than that.
Yep.
Yep, all the way back here. Where's my room?
Mine looks really good on this. Taking it deep because really it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, Dave's always playing this.
Yeah.
So when you'll see another guard come up after this.
Curl. We're fine. We're fine. I got yellow.
Center.
Good result from Lance there. It always seems like the hardest time to make peels is in the last end when you're like, oh, gotta make this one. So good to see the make there. Lots of competitive experience from second from him, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect any less.
Yeah, playing at tour and playing in nationals and 2 trials events. Very familiar with that level of pressure. So
Line's good. Center line's good. Two's good. That's good.
so just straight peel.
I like this way.
No reason to try and get cute with it. That's when you end up leaving something up there. So tough part for
Curl. 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 Hard. 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 Good enough.
a little dicey, but it ends up working out.
It's definitely a little scary, but
With Lance sweeping your rocks, you have a little bit more room for error.
see a little bit of frustration there from Nina. She
It's on fire with freeze here,
I think
but
she liked that one.
No,
Like it now?
no. It was definitely a little poppy, so
yeah.
could see that thing back off the line. And this will be the last guard. After this, they need to count all their remaining stones. So just a complete removal game for Team Falco.
Mine's good.
Again, I think you'll see him peel this off.
Yeah, looks heavy.
There's a bit of a disappointing game for Nina. It wasn't her best, and there was a couple situations that the ends really flipped around on a couple of her misses, unfortunately.
Yeah, I still think her second rock's a bit of a cutter.
Yeah, and I'm surprised if you see that happen a couple times. I'm surprised they just wouldn't throw the rock out.
They might have. We just might not.
True, valid.
We'll see Becca take on the double here.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Good, good.
Well, luckily you missed because you wouldn't have seen it anyway. So the game's still on. So we'll see the freeze. I think no matter where this one ends, you're going to see that same line. He's going to play at that rock over in the left. So.
Lance quick to clean the line that he assumes is going to be thrown, which I'm sure he's right. And Dave will attempt to remove this rock from play.
No, I meant like real edge. A little bit more. Yep.
Move the broom, he's panicking. 20 says he pops it.
Sweeper's cleaning it.
Always a good sign.
Yep. And with that, we'll have back-to-back champions. So congratulations to Team Falco for having a pretty dominant weekend. Their first game against Bras was a little dicey and a little messy, but since then they've cleaned it up and played a good game all the way through. So.
Going undefeated on the way to this win.
And then a real good attempt there from Team Roth as well. I think they just had a couple shots that just didn't quite go their way. It would have been a completely different game with a few of those being made. So, but second place, nothing to.
No, they had a great week. Nothing to be ashamed of. Obviously, they'll be disappointed with today's outcome, but they've been here back-to-back years, and they seem to be a force out of Wisconsin. So.
Yeah.
Our statisticians are telling me that it's the first back-to-back champion since 2011, 2012.
Oh, man.
Oh, quite the feat.
So good for Team Falco.
The downside is there's no Worlds this year, so. Or the good side, maybe they didn't want to travel. This way is easier. Just
the buck stops here.
It's not cheap, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to all the volunteers and ice crew for running a great event and the officials.
Yeah, the club did a great job. This is the second year we've held this event. I think we've got one.
Third.
Oh, this is the third year, so that was it.
Thank goodness Simon can't count. I believe we are adding 1 year at a time, so we will presumably see you all next year. But special shout out, to the Denver community, all the support we had, local vendors for food and a few other things.
Yep, really appreciate it. Are we sticking around for the? Oh, hell no, we're not sticking around for that.
No, we've got an hour for the opening ceremony, so we'll sign off.
Yeah.
Closing ceremonies.
Yeah. Yep.
Opening something else, mostly champagne bottles.
Yep. So thank you for joining us. Appreciate everyone.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Yeah.